Gang, GameolioDan here, how you going? We're back in the Elder Scrolls Online in the Greymoor. We're gonna go head back to Solitude. I'm just gonna ride... Whoops, I'm just gonna ride down this way out of Labyrinthian. We've got... I'll ride around here. I think I rode around here before, but I haven't quite gone that far. So I'll just go around the outside edge. See if we can find a sneaky sky shard or anything like that. And then we're off. Then we're back. Off and back. Back and off. Go and hand in this quest. High King Svargrim refuses to act, so Svanna has decided to take matters into her own hands. With Fenorian's help, she plans to develop a strategy for fighting back against the Grey Host. I should return to the Blue Palace in Solitude to meet with my companions. We need to discuss what to do with the items and information we uncovered at the Grey Host camp. Alright, just to catch you up. We got a Great Lift, alright. The Eastern Great Lift discovered. So that's what was out there. I was hoping to find a sky shard, but I guess that's a... Nice to know that's there. Let me just go around the side of this. A lot of trolls around. No sky shards. Oh yeah, that's where we went. We had the winter chill and the fog all around. Getting over that. And I think we've pretty much been around here, but that's okay. It's leading me to a way shrine, which is good, and what we need right now. Yeah! Alright, take us back. All the way over to Solitude. Feels like a long time since we've been back. A long time. Oh, in fact, we got all those musical instruments, don't we? We should, you know what? I don't think I've been in here before. The Fighters Guild. Let's go in here. Have a little look around. Hi. How's it going? Everybody cool? I guess so. There's no hit quests in here or anything, is there?
The walls of Solitude intrigue me, as they should for any siege master who takes their job seriously.
What's so special about Solitude's walls?
History. A fading knowledge. These walls, built during High King Erling's reign in the First Era, both showcase the Nords' mastery of fortification and bear the Divine's blessings.
The Divines personally bless the wall?
So goes the story. I hope to ascertain the truth of that with further research. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my studies.
Yeah, you do that. Okay. I thought there might be like a quest in here or something. Hey, what's that say? I am close to the power I seek. The Nords and their insipid burial sites leave the dead open for pillaging. I think I've read this, haven't I? Yeah. Not there, but I feel like I've read that somewhere else. Yokudan.
You'll find no better meads than in Solitude. The honey we use comes from bees that favor mountain flowers. My meat cake is perfection because of it.
Alright. Yeah, I thought there might be like a quest in it. I guess not. Alright, cool. Be interesting. It'd actually be good if they had quests. Unless that person over there represents the Fighters Guild. The Fight Club. Oops, I mentioned it. Whoops. I messed up. Messed up the rule. Alright, let's go to the Bard's College. I'm going to hand in all those instruments. I feel like we've picked up a fair few now. Or drop them off, rather. I guess I have, but there's still a lot missing. Yeah, there's a lot of spots, a lot of empty spots here, and I can't place anything. Wow, I actually thought we had... I don't know if I had all of them, but I feel like we picked up a lot. Let's check, make sure I got everything. King Thunder. Oh, where's that go? Where do you go, King Thunder? Oh, here we go. Oh, well, we got a fair few of them, but yeah, definitely it looks like there's more to go. There is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's heaps. Alright, anyway. We're just gonna keep on going. I did what I could. If I find any more, I'll bring them right back. Now there was a book there, so you could use that to get better clues. I was just kind of riding along, and whenever I'd bump into something, I would find it, collect it. But yes, definitely, and he's probably a better way of actively searching for it. Whereas we were just doing it quite passively. Yeah. Right now, we got deeper concerns here.
So, do we have a way to defend against the Harrow Storms, or what?
The elixir should do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Yolan, don't be so negative. The elixir will work. You'll see.
Fenorian has an amazing mind. His thoughts and theories wind up in the most interesting places. Go ahead. Talk to him and see for yourself.
Hey, you don't have to tell me, old Mjolnir. I know. I know.
I'm not sure I completely follow what Fen and the clever woman are talking about, but it sounds like they may have made a breakthrough. What about Svanna? She took a big risk going to Blackreach with you.
Svanna's fine. She handled herself well down there.
That's not the point. I never should have agreed to let her put herself in that kind of danger. She's the daughter of a High King. Besides, without Svanna to help us, Skyrim could send us back to Eastmarch. Or worse.
I see what you're getting at, but Svanna did what we all do. Whatever's necessary.
Sure as bones, you're as bad as she is. Let's just get back to the business at hand. Talk to Fen and see if you understand what he and the clever woman are going on and on about.
It's all kind of dwarven to me. But I think Fen and the clever woman have figured out the elixir. Talk to Fen. See if I understand them correctly. And tell him the sooner the elixir is ready, the better.
Remind me, what are we doing here again? Hang on a second, I know.
We gathered the information Fen needs to make an elixir. If it works as he hopes, it will protect my people from the Harrow Storms. Talk to Fen. Let's find out what else he requires to finish his work.
Yeah, I don't think it's good that the hero here walks in and goes, hey guys, what are we doing again? What's happening here?
Oh, good. You're back. Mjolnir and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got into a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited, but I think we've figured out how to defend against the Harrow Storms.
Tell me what you're thinking.
The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Harrowstorms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Harrowstorm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable.
Exploitable? How so?
We can use the refined brew as the basis of our elixir. Now that we understand how the Harrowstorms are created, we can use those same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary components.
How can I help?
Svana's associate, Mog, will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you to acquire Arkay's sacred oil.
Arkay's sacred oil?
A holy ointment associated with a god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the priests in the Hall of the Dead to provide protection against necromancy and the undead. We need that oil to create our elixir.
Right.
You'll need my help.
Svana's
I'll
giving orders. Thinks she's...
Mog, put away the tankard and get the supplies Fen requires.
Yes, your royal ladiness. But I'm keeping the tankard.
Knowing the orders my father has been issuing of late, you might need my help to acquire Arkay's sacred oil. I'll meet you at the Hall of the Dead.
Alright, sounds good. Lyrus, got anything to say?
Go ahead. Get what Fen needs from the Hall of the Dead. I'll make sure Mog follows through on procuring the rest of the supplies. He can be easily distracted in case you haven't noticed.
Oh, I noticed. But he's not the only one. He ain't the only one here. Alright, to Solitude's Hall of the Dead. What was that noise? In the palace of all places? People sputtering and hawking. Alright. What do you want? I'm here to save the world. What do I want? Unbelievable. Alright, to the Hall of the Dead.
Cards. More refugees arrive by the hour. Why does Sfargrim hesitate?
The High King issued...
Princess Vana, what can I do for you, Your Highness?
Listen to my friend, High Priest. We need your help.
I'm surprised to see the princess here. As you can see, the influx of refugees has made this place much more hectic than usual. Is there something I can do for Princess Vana?
We need some of Arkay's sacred oil.
Sacred oil? Strange. That's the second time today someone has come seeking Arkay's anointing balm. Sword Thane Athlet arrived with an edict from the king, demanded our entire supply. How we're to consecrate the dead without it, I have no idea.
Why did High King Sfargrim want all of the sacred oil?
The Sword Thane wouldn't say. He just mentioned that the High King needed it to defend Solitude. I'm sorry I can't comply with the princess's request. Things are hard enough that these refugees must take shelter here among the dead.
Do you know where the Sword Thane took Arkay's sacred oil?
The Sword Thane took the oil to Castle Dower. That's where all the supplies for a siege are gathered during periods of strife. I pray that High King Sfargrim receives the patience and wisdom required to see us through this crisis.
Tell me more about Castle Dower.
Solitude's foundation began with the construction of Castle Dower. It's the oldest structure in the city, and the most defensible. I tried to move the refugees there for safekeeping, but my request was denied. The High King has other plans, I suppose.
Well, Svana?
Has my father found a way to use this sacred oil against the Grey Host? Perhaps he's doing more than I thought. The Sword Thane has helped me in the past. He'll be reasonable. He has to be. Let's let him know what we need.
Gotcha. Well, while we're in here, let me just take a quick look around. You never know, there might be a couple of instruments hiding around. I know we got pressing matters and all that. There's always a couple of seconds to find an instrument or two, right? Read a couple of books, fall down some steps, you know, all of that. Oh, okay, he's alright. He just thought I'll just sleep on the floor.
Greetings. Yes?
Yeah, he's fine. He's alright. Now let's get out of here.
This is unbearable.
Where is the sword Thane? I am going to have words with him. Honeyed words.
Oh! Castle Dower is... Princess Svana.
Sword Thane, our business is urgent. My friend will explain.
I don't have time for the princess's proclivities right now. The High King... We barely keep up with the multitude of tasks, so speak quickly and let me get back to it.
The High Priest said you took all of the sacred oil. The princess needs some of it.
My orders from the High King were clear. Stockpile the entire supply of sacred oil in the Temple of the Divines here within the confines of Castle Dower. What in Shore's name does the princess need with holy oil anyway?
There's an elixir that protects against harrow storms, but it requires the sacred oil.
Protection? Truly? The Herald already outnumber my soldiers, and more arrive every day. Still, giving you the oil would violate the High King's edict. I suppose if I happened to look the other way for a moment, I wouldn't notice if a flask disappears.
I understand. Oh, what a nice tree, eh? Arkay's sacred oil, a flask of holy oil. Warm to the touch, the contents shimmer with an otherworldly light.
A single flask? Fen will have to make do. Let's get it back to...
Sword Thane, why his work? I gave strict orders, yet my daughter freely enters the castle grounds. What do they want, Sword Thane?
We came to offer our assistance, Father. Sword Thane, how can we help?
Athlet has everything well in hand, child. Despite your intentions, you would only hinder our efforts. Go! The Sword Thane doesn't need my daughter or her wastrel underfoot.
Want me to have a word with this fella?
Away with you! We're much too busy for Svana's frivolous notions.
I'll tell you what, mister.
You try my patience. Take the princess and leave here immediately.
Yeah, yes, I understand.
My father's never been what I'd call a warm and caring parent. But this crisis has made him even more distant. Let's get this sacred oil to Fen. My father will certainly change his attitude once we present the protective elixir to him.
Why doesn't your father want us in Castle Dower?
He's trying to protect me. It's what he does. And leave me out. Though I suppose that's mostly my own fault. I know Mother's death weighs on him, as does this entire crisis. That's why we have to help. This elixir is going to work. It has to.
But why seal off this old fortress?
It's not that unusual. Castle Dower is the most defensible part of the city. In the past, we'd gather the people inside the walls. Now my father is using the fortress to house the Herald. They need to go somewhere, right? Come on, let's go.
Svana, I went to Greymoor, the Grey Keep. Where did I go again? Greymoor Keep. I went to Greymoor Keep and I saw a portrait of that guy hanging in there. Does that concern you at all? No, not at all. She may as well be chewing gum right now. While she leans back on that wall. I don't know. I was going to call it Grey Wolf Keep. Greymoor, of course, Greymoor, right? The expansion name, of course. Oh no. Alright. For the chambers, let's hand this to Fen. He better work his magic. I guess he'll be able to make one medallion. One which I will be able to use myself, I'm sure, for something.
Once it's
protection.
ready, I'll test the elixir.
As you say, Lyris. Ah, here they come now. You have the sacred oil? Add it to the cauldron. Please, don't get too close while you're carrying the sacred oil. I have an adverse reaction to such ointments. If you'll pour it into the cauldron, I can complete the elixir. Yes, a perfect fusion. It's ready to be tested. Come, let's talk. With the addition of the sacred oil, the elixir is complete. Before we produce enough to distribute to the people of Western Skyrim, we need to test it. I'm confident of my work, but we're dealing with powerful forces here.
How do you plan to test the elixir?
We can't wait for the next Harrowstorm to strike. But what you and Svanna learned in Blackreach might help. You heard that Exarch Ulfra was testing Harrowstorm rituals in a place called the Undergrove. We'll go there and let Lyris drink the elixir.
Right. The others mentioned the Undergrove is hidden in an ancient barrow.
During my explorations of Blackreach, I came across an ancient burial site, a place called the Midnight Barrow. This Undergrove must be inside those ruins. Once there, you and Svanna keep watch from a safe distance, while Lyris steps into the storm.
I guess we're going to the Midnight Barrow.
From what I could tell, the Midnight Barrow sank into Blackreach in the distant past. Somewhere in its chambers, we'll find the Undergrove. The ruined barrow is in the Lightless Hollow, in the northwest portion of the cavern. We'll meet you there.
Alright. Luckily, we've been to there prior.
Blackreach again, and a flask of foul-smelling elixir waiting to be guzzled down. Oh, joy.
Oh, you can't wait, Lyris. You cannot wait.
Blackreach. If I were a little younger, I'd love to go with you. Do a little exploring. Ah, well. I suppose I'll stay here in the palace. Work on how to create more of the elixir once we know it's safe.
This has to work. The safety of my people depends on it. Besides, I don't want to see Lyris get hurt.
She won't. She'll be alright. Let's go, Bazza. Get out there to the Way Shrine, and we should be able to get pretty close to the Midnight Barrow. From memory, I'm pretty sure there was a Way Shrine just near it. Short ride away.
What is it?
You say that every time. What about? Hi. Hello there. How are you? I used to be an adventurer, like, you know, like one of those things. One of those things. Alright, so, into Blackreach. Midnight Barrow's over there, and we are going here.